Welcome everybody to the OWINNERS webinar. We're glad to have each and every one of you here. We're live streaming on 20 channels, which is really exciting because so many people are going to see the replay of this webinar as well as the live. So we're happy you are here. Our topic tonight is the power of giving, and our motto for OWINNERS is this: we ignite and we inspire. And this is what we are going to do tonight. So we're going to start off with Dr. Peckham Takusi Makia. She is a pharmacist of over 20 years and a certified life coach. And she is going to be doing a presentation for us tonight. So take it away, Dr. Peckham Takusi Makia. I think I have to make her host, co-host. Okay. Okay, you're co-host now. You can unmute.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Lynn. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening to all my Unpercevians in the United States and in England. To my Unpercevians in France, I say bonsoir. To those in Italy, I say buonasera. To those in Spanish-speaking countries, I say buenas noches. And to us all, I say namaste, which means the divine in me salutes the divine in you. It's always a joy and a privilege to me when I'm given an opportunity to be myself. And when I say to be myself, I mean an opportunity for me to raise the awareness of all those who are in my space, to let them know how valuable they are, to let them know that they are great, and that way increase their esteem in themselves. It's always a privilege for me, and I know that when we all increase our esteem, that gets rid of insecurities, it gets rid of identity issues, and it gives a revelation of who we truly are, which is greatness. And that greatness is invaluable. Our CEO, Ash Mufare, always says, "My name is Ash, and I am your friend." A saying I would love to borrow, so I'm going to say this evening to all my Unpercevians, my name is Speakham, and I am your friend. But let's go a step deeper. Why does Ash always use the word, I am your friend? Why does he say friend? Like I always do, I do my research and I went to all the different languages that I could, from the Hebrew to the Greek, to the Latin, to the English. And I found that all of these traditions had something in common about friendship. A friend protects. A friend watches over. A friend loves unconditionally. A friend accepts. Which means Mr. Ash is telling you and me that he's protecting us. He's watching over us. He loves us unconditionally. And he accepts us to be his partners. I don't know about you all, but to me, that's deep and profound. Mr. Ash has taken us from strangers to acquaintances to casual friends to close friends, and to all 1,004,426 founders on this platform to intimate friendship. Now that's what I call trust. Now that's what I talk about, giving something. he has just taught us that giving is all about trust. Tonight, I just want us to talk. I want us to talk heart to heart. Can we? I want us to have a conversation. I want each and everyone to be present. I want us to be so present that we are absent from everything and anybody around us. Please hear me. But I don't want you to hear me with your ears. I want you to please listen.
Dr. Peckham,
yes.
1 second, please. Take down your camera a little bit. Yeah, take it down a little bit. We can barely see you. There you go. There you go. Yep. That's good. Okay, now we see you clearly. Okay.
Okay. Great. Thank you. So, okay, I hope I bring back my energy. Sometimes when
I was very hesitant to do that because I know when you get into the zone, it's not good to interrupt you. Yeah.
Yes, that's okay. Well, I just want us to talk tonight. I just want us to have a conversation. I want you to all please be present. Let's be present, so present that we are absent from everything and anyone. I want you to listen to me with your hearts. I want you to connect with the feeling and emotions that come with what I'm about to share with us today. Because like we all know, as great teachers, like Neville Goddard says, feeling is the secret. When you feel it, you get it, you manifest it. So tonight, we are talking about the power of giving. What are we giving? And what is giving? We are here on this platform as founders to give out hope for a better tomorrow. Because OnPassive is a beacon of light to humanity. If you are a founder, you are that beacon of light. If you are a founder, you are that life vest waiting to save some human. If you are a founder, the people walking in darkness will see a great light in you, and you shall shine upon those dwelling in the shadow of death. Now, what's the meaning of giving? Giving means to present yourself voluntarily without expecting of compensation. When you give unconditionally, you have a release of serotonin, which is the neurotransmitter for happiness. Let us remember that there is a difference between pleasure and happiness. Pleasure is from dopamine. Pleasure is about reward, but happiness and contentment is from serotonin. Why is it so important? It is because serotonin is inhibitory. If it is inhibitory, it means that you can never overdose on it, on happiness, which means the more you give, the more you want to continue giving. Giving is a spiritual law which is inherent in all of life. Whatever you give, you are going to receive. Why? Because like Aristotle says, nature abhors a vacuum. And when you give, you create a vacuum that must be filled. And guess what? It is usually filled back more than what you gave. If we truly understand the concept of giving, we can eliminate hunger in the world. Helping a global change is one of UNPASS's motivation. And this change is going to come about only through us as founders of this global movement. We need to understand this movement so we are not confused on what UNPASS is doing. Once we understand, then we can give to our family, our community, our nation, and the world. Life is all about giving. The higher power is always looking for a channel. The more you give, the more you tap into the floodgate of abundance. Imagine yourself to be a pipeline through which abundance flows. The more you move and give, the more the pipeline opens and the more comes in. And through you, more portions of creation can be helped. Then the consciousness, which is the energy behind everything that sees you then as a portion of creation that cares. Abundance, my people, is the only truth. Look at creation. Look at the cells in our body. Look at the trees. Look at the oceans. Everything is abundant. We do not do anything to these. They just are, right? Just going through their cycles of existence without our help. So understanding this releases us from any fear of lack. Fear. At this point, I'm going to talk to us about fear. Fear, fear, fear. Fear, the menace that lurks in the path of life, as this poem goes, never visible to the human eye, but always felt in the heart. The father of despair, the brother of procrastination, the tool to tyranny and an enemy to progress, born of ignorance and nursed on misguided thoughts. Fear has darkened more hopes, shattered more dreams, shifted more ambitions than history could ever record. Like a changing chameleon, fear assumes many possibilities. It masquerades itself sometimes as caution. It is sometimes called worry or doubt. But regardless of what you call it, it is still fear, the enemy to achievement. Fear has no power of its own, but what the human mind gives to it. And it quickly vanishes when the light of understanding reveals the truth as they truly really are, for fear really doesn't exist. So if we will take the first step towards acknowledging what we are scared of, fear, then we would have taken the first step towards having control over it, rather than it having control over us. And if we take the second step towards understanding, then we will go past it to empathy. So we need to get rid of this fear of lack, because there is an abundance in this world. Everything, it's all consciousness. It's all energy being transmuting from one form to another. It's all about transmutation of energy. So once we get it, we understand what is abundance, then we know that there is exceedingly abundantly all for everybody on this planet Earth. Giving also triggers receiving. The secret is we have to be ready to receive, because this closes the cycle. Giving and receiving is a cycle, and it continues forever, because as we give, then we open up for the universe to replenish, and we are able to be blessed exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ever think or imagine. We have to give, though, with the aim of helping others. We must eradicate any fear or apprehension in our giving. But here is the thing, founders. We must give with motive and intention. Our intention should carry a level of energy which drives us to our receiver. To truly tap into the benefits of the law of giving and receiving, we have to follow 3 basic principles. 1, we have to give regularly. And it doesn't have to be only monetary. We give kindness, we give a smile, we give thank you, we give a helping hand, we give compliments, anything which is an act of service. We give. We always look for opportunities to give. Number 2, we figure out a way to receive. Because sometimes we turn down offers being made to us. But ancient Hebrew wisdom says you never stop anyone from doing an act of tzedakah, an act of kindness, because you may just be the person who is placed to close that person's cycle. And with you turning it down, you prevent them from receiving from the universe. So you always look for an opportunity to also receive. And thirdly, we have to constantly give thanks. We have to be grateful every day. It is written, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That is enough for us to be thankful and grateful. Just the fact that we are on this platform this evening is enough for us to be exceedingly glad. We have to be grateful to have this opportunity to be founders, who have the naysayers who today are regretting why they are not part of this platform. So the very fact that we are part of the 1,448,426 founders, we need to be grateful every day. To keep wealth circulating, we must continue to give. The term currency comes from a Latin phrase that means to flow, which means money, like a river, must continue to flow, else it remains stagnant. The most important aspect of giving, my people, is the human intention. When we give unconditionally, joyfully, and with the heart, the energy behind this kind of giving multiplies several times over. Although abundance has a physical manifestation, what is truly flowing is consciousness. When one gives something of worth free of cost, which is what Mr. Ashmo-Farah has done to us, because for the value we are getting, I will say that $97 or some is nothing. I consider this opportunity to be free. So when one gives something worth free of cost, the value automatically increases. So can you all imagine 1,488,426 times the value that he started from the very beginning? It's insane. The monetary value is unimportant. What matters is the intention which the gift is given and received. Mr. Mufara's intention was to uplift humanity. That was his intention. Like he always says, money follows value. And what better value can you give than to give humanity an opportunity to meet their basic needs? Let us give heartily, and let us be gracious in receiving. Let us be intentional in the people that we want to help. Let us be the voice to the voiceless. to let them know there is hope, to remind them we are that beacon of light. Let us have empathy on one another. And remember, we are a movement that serves with the heart. Love and affection should be our guide. Let us do it because we can. I am going to do it because I am. I am going to do it because I can. I am going to do it because I ought to. I ought to lift up somebody. And you too. I am going to do it because I will be giving a great opportunity and great resources. So before we can actually go out there and give to our people, let's remember to ask ourselves, what are we giving? How have we uplifted ourselves? Because most people who don't have really need inspiration, not just charity. We need to be able to inspire people when we see greatness in them. In order for us to truly see greatness in people, we need to understand our individual greatness. And we need to understand that the more I know who I am, the more I know who you are, and the more I uplift you up. We need to be able to go from unconsciousness to awareness to consciousness. We have to be ready to go from needing to having to being. We have to go from low frequency to medium frequency to high frequency. We have to be able to go from ego to strong ego to no ego. We have to go from self to self-mastery and to self-transcendence. That's according to the energetic self-perception chart. Once we know truly who we are, then we stop being victims in our circumstances. We stop having conflicting thoughts. Stop being apathic and lethargic in the things we do. We want to make sure we present ourselves to the world with confidence. So we go from being the victims of our circumstances to conflicting mindsets. Then we come to recognize the fact that we are all just different. We seek to have connection with other people. Then we go to genuine concern for humanity and interact with people with a lot of compassion, because it's all about the energy with which we come. And then we move up to reconciliation, reconciling the fact that it's all about opportunity. We are all found at different places at different times. And we dare to uplift a brother, a sister. Then we get to a level of non-judgment. We want to get to that level so that when we go out there to give to people, we're not giving them from a place of lack. We're giving them from a place of knowing that they are great. Why? Because greatness is inherent in each and every one of us. It's just a matter of time. So my dear brothers and sisters and my fellow unperceivians, let us remember that nature abhors a vacuum. So let us give, because as we give, so shall we receive. It's always an honor and a privilege for me to be on this platform. Thank you all. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share these words of inspiration. And I hope that you all will take this seriously. Work on yourself, uplift yourself so that you can be a blessing to somebody else out there as you go to give in the same way that Ash Mufara has given us his friendship. Thank you very much. I am Pikam Tekusi, and I am your friend.
Beautiful, Dr. Pikam. That was wonderful. Yeah, giving is all about trust. You know, I learned about different types of giving, being willing to receive, and being grateful every day. Good lessons for each and every one to live by. Thank you so much for being here. All right, next we go on to Tony Monk. Tony Monk, come on down, Tony.
Oh, great. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate that. Thank you, Pikam. That was absolutely fantastic. And the power of giving. I mean, where do I start? Well, let me start here. Many of you know that I haven't been well, and I had a stroke over a week ago. And the power of prayer is also the power of giving as well. You know, I really do believe in prayer, and I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in the magic of prayer. I've seen it. You know, many times in my lifetime. You know, we talking about the power of giving. Look what Ash Mafara, our CEO, has done for us. You know, he's created a platform of founding members. He didn't have to do this, okay? And he did it without any expectations at all. The only expectation he wants is for us to be involved and love what he's doing, to resonate with what he's doing, and that's to help humanity in many different ways. As we move forward. What an amazing gift. What an amazing gift. And also to create a platform that has a crowdfunding platform within the platform called Oh Bless. Now we're going to be able to help so many people around the world in a huge way. You know, I'm sure a lot of us have given to a lot of people over the years, you know, in small little ways. But now we're going to be able to do it in a huge way. You know, I retired back in November of last year, and I decided to go back to work part-time. And because I love working with special needs people with special needs. A lot of them are nonverbal. And talking about the power of giving, they give me so much. You know, they give me so much love and just any amazing, wonderful thing that you can possibly think of, they give me. Yesterday, I had a client, we call them participants now, who had a huge seizure. It's called a grand mal seizure, which is a seizure where he just flops on the ground and he's just completely out of it. He's unconscious, not realizing where he is or what he's doing, and you just have to kind of comfort him and tell and reassure him that everything's okay, you know. And of course he was tired. It really tires you out. Seizures are horrible. They really do an effect on your brain as the years go by. And this individual today, well, he was tired. He went home. Today he came in, gave me a great big hug, kisses on the cheek, and he just wouldn't leave me alone. He wanted me beside him everywhere we went today, which was, now that's giving at its best. You know, I give with my heart, and they can feel that. They can feel the energy. They can feel the legitimacy, the authenticity, the genuine, all that stuff. You know. And you know, the power of giving is huge. I mean, we can go on for days talking about the power of giving. You know, like, I mean, Unpassive is all about giving. Think about it. We have products for everyone out there, and these products are not just slapped together. These are products that have tons of value, and you know, the value of the products, in other words, are worth way more than the price that the people are going to be paying. The customers that are going to be paying to come in. So that in itself is giving. We're always giving. You know, I mean, look what Ash said not too long ago. You know, he has physical, or working on physical products right now that's going to change the face of humanity. It's going to change the physical planet in a better way than what it is now. That's giving. Okay, and we're all about the power of giving. Unpassive is all about the power of giving. And what do we do here on these platforms? We give. We give ourselves. We give our time to spread the message out to many other founders. right? We're giving ourselves as well to the cause. So, and that's truly amazing for me. I am just, you know, I've been excited since day one. I mean, it wasn't as big as it is now. Thank God that Ash decided to create something bigger, because this is bigger than any one of us. And talking about giving, oh my God, it's all about giving. I'm passive. That's what it's all about. I think I'm repeating myself now, but anyways, you get my gist, right? But anyways, I'll pass it back to you, Lynn. That's all I have to say for now. The power of giving is absolutely huge, and let's not take it for granted. And also, when we give, let's give without any expectations. All right. Thanks, Lynn. Back to you.
That was lovely, Tony. Thank you. Appreciate you so much. That's beautiful. All right. Next, we go on to Marty DeGarmo. Let's find Mr. Marty.
Hello. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I just want to make sure. It's usually so loud in my house, I can't tell. Very nice. I love what I heard. Yeah, and giving, I mean, that's the most powerful thing I've seen in my whole life. I can relate to one time I had somebody visit us from Indiana, older gentleman. He was dirt poor, but he came out, actually came out to pray for somebody in our family. And I just felt like I needed to give him something. So I reached in my pocket and I gave him what I had. And I knew that's all I had. And I mean, that's all I had. And I don't know, I just felt to do it. So I gave it to him. And then he left and I was thinking, no, I just wanted to do it. So the next day, I get something in the mail where I had been overcharged for something, and it was 2.5 times what I gave him. And those things happened to me many, many times in my life. And if you look back in history, man or woman, very known men and women in our history, I don't care whatever you think about, the most popular, all said and done, were the ones that gave the most. They were always the one that gave the most. It wasn't how rich they were. It wasn't how successful they were. The ones we really, really remember are the ones that gave the most. And I was thinking about giving and how powerful it is, and that feeling you get, whatever it is that you get in your body and all that. I mean, everybody's had it if you're alive. But I worked online this was my 18th year. And I was trying to think when I saw somebody give the most personally. And I realized it's Ash Mufareh. He's given more than anybody I've ever met. I mean, in fact, when I heard what he was doing when I first got in, I thought, just too good to be true. I mean, who would do that? It didn't make sense. It should be every day. But in reality, in this world, it doesn't make sense. You don't see it. And here's a guy who spends all his waking hours giving. He's making a company for all of us that will change our lives. He said he's going to turn the world upside down. I believe it. And I remember when he told the story to his father that a cousin wanted money for a wedding. He said, yeah, but this guy can open a can of worms. I mean, who knows what he's really going to do? And his father said, son, it's none of your business what he does with it. Your business is you give. And you'll be remembered for what you gave, not what you own. And I thought about, I remember back as a kid, I don't remember teachers, I don't remember this, but I remember everybody that gave to somebody. So it's a powerful thing, no matter what it releases in my body or your body. I don't know about that. But definitely, I believe we're meant to do it. I believe we're meant to take care of our fellow man and our brother that's down, or a sister that's down. It just feels natural to me. And Unpassive is full of that, which I think is so cool. Where else can you be? And the person you're looking at on the screen is giving something, time or whatever they can give. And that's so powerful. I don't have anything fancy to say other than that. I've seen it my whole life. And with Ashton Farr, I've never met anybody like him or his family that give hours and hours and hours, millions and millions of dollars to complete strangers. To complete strangers. And some of those strangers are stabbing him in the back, which is really bizarre. But he still does it. But look at all the people, like I said, Mandela, Martin Luther King, Bobby Kennedy. You look at all these names, and they all gave knowing that there was a percentage of people that absolutely hated them. But they didn't focus on that. They focused on giving. So anyway, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That was really good. All right, next we go to Collins. Come on down, Collins.
Yes, Lynn, thank you. Just want to greet all of you. Appreciate Dr. Peckham. Well said. You know, you just blow my mind and you make me to rethink again. Yeah, just want to greet everyone here. All winners, I'm grateful to be here again. Yeah, this is 3:04 UK time. So I'm Collins Manor, calling from the UK, and I'm your friend, the borrower from our CEO. Yeah, so I've been thinking about this topic when Lynn called me today, and I spoke with Oliver and Bob. They told me about the topic, the power of giving. And it really, really touched me, because this is something that, you know, I believe most people here have been doing, though sometimes you do it without even realizing that you've been giving your time and everything, your energy to someone. But let me look at what I said, you know, and then look at Unpassive as well. He said there is goodness in every human being. That's a word from our CEO, you know. And I always, when I look at this word, I think about it. I said to myself, you know, before you were born, I think I've made that statement before in a webinar. I said, everybody on this planet Earth will leave a footprint. It can be good or bad, you know, but all of us will leave a footprint, whether we like it or not. And I look at 5 powerful words of giving. They said, giving make us feel happy. Giving is good for our health. Our doctor already said it. It's good for our health. They said it helps in social connection. It evokes gratitude. And also what? It is contagious. Giving is contagious, because when you give, you want to give, you want to give, you want to give. Looking at Unpassive, the way Unpassive is structured, you know, it's structured about giving, around giving. You know, our CEO said what? Whether you come in for the product or you come in for money or whatever your intentions are, you will be successful in Unpassive. That is giving, because he built a platform where everyone will succeed. Founders, resellers, and customers alike. You know, and this is the principle. We talk about Bless, our flagship products, you know, where 100% of what is donated is given for a good cause. No company on this planet has a product like that. IT company per se, a product, Bless, you can name them. There is nothing. It's all about money, money, money. What they can get, not what they can give. You know, they make everybody, and we, the consumers, the users, are the one filling their pocket. But look at Unpassive. Unpassive, sometimes I look at it, I say, this is not really a business. You know, it's not really a business. It's about humanity. What Mr. Ashmofara can give. You know, the reason why he built Unpassive is it was about giving. There was a webinar I said, if it was about putting money in the founder's pocket, I don't believe Mr. Ashmofara would have created this company. It is about replicating 1 million of us or 1 billion of us. So he teaches us to give, and we go out and teach people how to fish, you know, how to fetch for themselves. So it's about changing someone well. You know, the act of giving is so powerful. So today, normally before I conclude, you know, I don't want to talk too much because sometimes we look at it, it's really hard, but I will borrow Father Bless today. Let me take your position as a priest. There is something, when I look at it, it came in my mind. A lot of verses came in my mind. The one that really struck me about giving is 2 Corinthians 9, verses 6 to 9. If you look at it, it said what? Let me read it. Remember, that's verse 9. Verse 6, remember that the person who sow few seed will have small crop. The one who sow many seeds will have larger crop. You should each give then as you have decided, not with regret or out of sense of duty, for God loves the one who gives gladly, and God is able to give you more than you need, so that you will always have all you need for yourself and more than enough for every good cause. As the scripture says, he gives generously to the needy, his kindness lasts forever. He gives generously to the needy, and his kindness lasts forever. Sorry that I've taken you guys to this passage, but you know, when I was thinking about giving, it came in my mind. You know, this scripture just came in my mind that God loves a cheerful giver. So when we look at it, who on earth will give when you have your children and your children ask for rice and you give your child a snake? If you can give good gifts to your children, think about others. You know, everyone wants to give good gifts. And as Tony said, when you give it, you know, we have to give it expecting nothing back. That is a good, that is what we can do. When you give it expecting nothing back. And when you give, don't make big show of it. Because when you give it and you make big show, there is no blessing in it. But when you give it sacredly, you know what? God who lives in a sacred place will bless you abundantly. So I will leave it there. Thank you, Lynn. And I'm so blessed and happy to be here today. Thank you.
Yes, we want to be selfless givers, humble and quiet about giving, right? That's where you get the rewards, when nobody knows that you gave. That's the best way. Thank you very much. Now we go on to Father Bless, who would like to say a few words to us.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, everyone. I think Father Bless has already spoken with Collins. So anyway, thank you, Collins, for acknowledging that. What I want to share with you is not too far from what Collins had shared, is the more happiness in giving. And usually in some social places, we invite parents to speak to their children and to share something with them. So a parent went on sharing with his child a secret of happiness. He told to his child, I know a secret. Would you like to hear it? It is the secret of happiness. There are a lot of people who are happy, but not to the full. Some feel sad, unsatisfied. Do you know why? Said the parent. It is because they have not learned the secret of happiness. They think that getting a lot of things is the way to be happy. But when they get these things, the happiness does not last. Some think that happiness depends too much on what other people do. If someone gives you something nice, you are happy. And most of the people spend most of their life waiting to get things that just don't come. Now, here's the secret. The great secret teacher said, there is more happiness in giving than there is in receiving. Those who are Christians can know that sentence. So the one who is the most happy is not the person who gets gifts, but the one who gave things to other people. Did you know what that? Said the parent. Now, this is not the kind of secret you, my child, you can't share with any other person. It's a secret because most of the people don't know that. They don't really know that. Just think about what it means. Did the great teacher said that the person who receives a gift will not be happy? The child answered, no. The parents went on. You like to get gifts, don't you? The child said, yes. So do I. We are happy when we receive nice things from others. But the statement of the great teacher is, there is even more happiness when we give. And the great teacher is always right. Let's take it into unpassive, my friends. Mr. Ash always come to us, and I appreciate what Dr. Peckham said at the beginning. I am Ash Mufere, and I am your friend. By saying that, Mr. Ash opened a space for everyone to pop in as a friend and offer a platform when everyone who is in the platform can feel the friendship of others. And here now we come everyone and say, I am Blaise, I am your friend. I am Peckham, I am your friend. I am Bob Takosi, I am your friend. Also, a friend, what does the friend do? Dr. Peckham said a lot. But a friend also shares his knowledge, what he knows, with his friends. And here is what Mr. Ash does with us. And following Mr. Ash, all the leaders, all our tech pro, those who are our partners, they share their knowledge with us in many ways. And we have to appreciate that. I'm very thankful for all the work that has been done behind the scene for us to be happy, or happy not in receiving, but happy because we are learning, we are building the mindset to be happy givers. Let me remind us something Mr. Ash said last year. It should be in March, I remember. I quote Mr. Ash. That could be me. It could be you as a homeless person. So if I can turn things around for others with no rewards, just the joy of giving is enough reward, said Mr. Ash. When you shift your focus, instead of thinking about yourself and focus on others, helping others, no matter how small, the reward is massive. I finish by this. If we set up our mindset to become or to be happy givers, we will make a world or someone's world a better place to be. And it is possible that by doing that, will have the ripple effect of making happy givers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And, you know, as Ashma Farah says, the joy of giving is enough.
Yeah.
Beautiful, but a nice statement, right? Thank you very much. Okay, now we go on to Oliver Fonte. He would like to say a few words.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I want to thank everybody, all the perseverant that are here today in OWINNERS, and to also thank our big brother, Madi Gambo, to help open this webinar for us. And we also want to thank Auntie Lynn, Auntie CV, Auntie Marcia, the moderator. I want to say thank you all for being here. And for my brother Collins, that is, he is supposed to be sleeping now. And those that are also like Father Blessed that are in UK, Europe, and the other part of the world that are here, I want to say thank you very much for your contribution, and you know, for you guys to cut your sleep and be here with us today. This is to show the power of giving also. That is the power of giving. You know, those who are that are supposed to be in bed, they're here with us today. And this shows how generous and perseverance, they will sacrifice, they do or die, those sacrifice to give their time, their energy, their everything to see that OWINNERS to be, you know, we are the winners. Thank you guys. The power of giving. When you look at OWINNERS, from day one, when I heard Mr. Ash Mufara, when I joined OWINNERS 2020, he made a statement. Mother Teresa was a good woman, but she has limited resources to give. And if all the perseverance, then we were 77,000. When I joined, we were 77,000. That if we can give, or we can be like Mother Teresa, the world will be a better place. Now we are 1.4 million plus that we are going to replicate ourselves. And we know with what we are going to get, apples, molars, money, the excesses we are going to share. Our neighbors, the people around us, our neighborhood, we will share. Not only to share, because when you share, you give, also give that teach them how to fetch. Don't only give and be giving. Also make them to have a career. Also teach them that go and get something. Replicate and replicate and replicate. At least the world will be a better place. Dr. Peckham talked about the intention. All of us are going to have that intention to give. If you make 100,000, you make 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 5,000, even 10,000, even $10. With that intention to give, you've been blessed. Father bless, I don't want to take your place. When you have that intention to give, some of us, like Colin said, we do it already. We are doing it. We practice it already. But now we'll do it in a very large and, you know, like Mother Teresa will give with joy. We will give with joy, happiness. Happiness. Our CEO also mentioned something, Dr. Peckham also talked about, money follows value. It's going to be a good thing in your neighborhood, schools, health centers. These are things that comes with money and the money, and the money follows the value. Give the value to the people. That they will appreciate you. Schools, kids will go to schools, free tuition, drink good water, good health center, good labs, power, electricity. My brother Bob Takusi will come and talk about missionaries for Africa. I will leave it for Brother Bob to come. When he comes, he will talk about that. This is an organization, very powerful organization that we are bringing it from ground. That is going to carry on projects upon projects. The positive impact that perseverance are going to perform in this world. I don't care if how greedy you are with the amount of molars that we are going to get. You will share. You will give. You will give, because what are you going to do with the excesses? You can buy all the planes. You can buy all the cars that you want to buy. After 3 years, 36 months, what are you going to do with the excesses? You have to share. We all have to be Mother Teresa. We all have to be Mother Teresa. Look at our CEO. He would have been the richest man on earth. He would not even care to bring all of us on board. But what he did, we've paid $97. Because he wants us to replicate ourselves. And when you replicate, please also make sure the other person that you've replicated, they should also replicate themselves. And it goes on and goes on and goes on. Tell me how we are not going to eradicate poverty in the world. At least I don't know the percentage is we are going to do it. We are in 196 countries that has already been approved for OnPassive to operate. Tell me how the power of sharing will not impact, positive impact to all those countries. Please, I'm begging, we should start to cultivate, or we should start to keep it in our mind that we will share. No matter how much that comes in from the beginning, we should start sharing. Yes, the CEO told us that fill your tank first. You fill your tank, no matter what, you fill your tank. One product, all of us, 1.9, 1.4 million, we are going to be fine. And if we are fine, we should replicate ourselves. Thank you, Auntie Lynn. Let me give it back to you. Thank you, Oga.
Thank you very much, Oliver. Now we go on to Uncle Bob. Bob Takusi.
Hello there. Hi, Auntie Lynn. Hi, everybody. It's good to be here. Greetings from Bel Air, Maryland. Like Father Blaze said, my name is Bob Takusi. I am your friend. It's a beautiful day today, really hot. I want to thank everyone who participated thus far. Brother Madi, thank you as always from the depth of our hearts. You know how we feel. My brother Tony, it's really great to see you here, and I'm glad that the good Lord is listening to our prayers, and I can see you better, getting better every day, day after day. My sisters, Marcian and Sylvie, Auntie Lynn, of course, you know, we don't thank you enough, but I hope I do. Every now and then I send you private messages to say thank you, you know. My sister, Dr. Peckham, who was our keynote speaker of the night. You never disappoint, you always deliver. So thank you so much. My brother Collins, you know, you stayed up until now. I hope you are still here to receive this word of thanks. We really appreciate you. You know, you are the energizer in the UTech Pros. So thank you for being here. Father Blaze, of course, you're also there in England, and all our OWINNERS, all the OWINNERS in the house, and all the founders worldwide. I see Miss Tina Go. I mean, I don't want to call names, but you know, our usual friends. It's good to see you, and I really appreciate everyone being here. Everything has been said, guys. Everything has been said. I hope I can add value to what has been said already. But Dr. Peckham nailed it. My brother Tony, Tony and I also are on the same wavelength. Tony is always on top of it. Brother Matty, of course, Brother Bliss, everybody, Collins, So, but I hope, I can also throw some light to what the topic of the day is. I think it was Dr. Peckham who said giving does not only mean you have to give something financially. It does not only mean giving somebody something financially. It could be thought, it could be education, it could be something. And that was an experience I had today. Today was a very, very emotional day in our household. Our last child, our son, he went off to college. He's an athlete, so they go to school early. So we went and dropped him off. And when we spoke with the teachers, they told us, we met the professors, we met the coaches, and they told us they were going to give their best to this young man. The giving. Those instructors, they looked us in our eyes and they told us to be confident that he's going to come back home a transformed man from what they're going to give to him, what they're going to impart upon him. But he also goes there because he has been given through his efforts. So it's all about giving. But when we talk about unpassive, the power of giving is the true story of unpassive. The power of giving. That is why each and every one of us, all 1.4 million founders, are here today, fellow unpassivers. That is why we're all here tonight and have been here since 2018. It's the power of giving. It is one man who conceived his idea. I think, like Brother Tony said, I don't know if he said this, but he made, we can draw inference from what he said. Remember, Ash Mufara does not really need us. He could do it by himself if he wanted to. But he's a man who has found what I call his personal legend, who knows exactly what he wants to do, and he wants to uplift mankind. He wants to give to the world. He conceives his idea. He knows that this company, Unpassive, is going to be or is the greatest company that man ever created. Right now, even before we get out of the gate, we all know what we have been rated as, what our worth is. But he decides that he's going to give that to 1.4 million people that he doesn't know. We've never met, most of them. That's the power of giving. He says that, come along. He opens his heart to all of us. Every single one. 1.488279, whatever Dr. Peckham said, including the last founder, the lady called Batina Lakshmidivedi of India. She's the last person who registered for Unpassive. Ash Mufara opens his hands and says, come on in. I'm going to carry each and every one of you on my back. I'm going to build this company. I'm going to work for all of you, and we are all going to share, because I want you, like Brother Oliver said, and he had said that before. I think I would like to have 1 million Mother Teresas. We have 1.4 plus. That is how Unpassive is built. That is the concept. That is the brain, the idea behind Unpassive. As Dr. Peckham said, the power of giving is magnified when you do not expect anything in return. That is when you feel that power inside you. You feel that serotonin, she said. When you give and you expect nothing in return, just like our founder, Mr. Ash Mufara, did. And that is what has attracted all of us here. Remember, every single one of us, every single founder today in Unpassive, when we all came to Unpassive, we came for the money. All of us. But when we realized the magnitude of the gift by Ash Mufara, each and every one, I'm not aware of any founder who is up until this moment, having been here and seen the enormity of unpassive, still stays at that place where I want to make money. Every single one of us is thinking of how we're going to give. How are we going to replicate ourselves? That is why I say Ash Mufarah has achieved his personal legend. Because that is the mindset of each and every founder that I know, that I've come across. How are we going to replicate ourselves? Because Ash Mufarah has attracted us. Those are the people that he has brought in. Those whose natural predisposition is to give. Those are the ones who saw this vision, guys. When your natural predisposition is not to give, the good Lord will not open your eyes. You will not see unpassive. Don't be bothered. There are people who are more intelligent than us. A lot of them, a lot of your friends, who will listen to unpassive and they will say, wow, that's your stuff. Your natural predisposition is not to give. When your natural predisposition is to uplift, is to give, is to change life, that's when you see it. That's when you talk about the power, the awesome power of giving. My brother Collins talked about a few points. We talk about you're happy. Father Bless told us about happiness. Dr. Peckham said, you release serotonin, more of it, so you are happy. And guess what? When you're happy, you're healthy, you stay healthy. You know, you create connections, like Colin said. When you go out there, you reach out to the world to see different people, you empathize. So you make those connections and you uplift lives, you stay at it, you create connections. And that gratitude that they have, that these people have, stays with you. When you impact lives of people that you never met, you don't know, they pray for you. And when they pray for you, you receive the blessings. At the other side of the world, you see things are going well with you. Unnatural things happen to you. No. It is because of your good deeds and the souls around the world that you've touched that are praying for you, and the good Lord is listening to their prayers. Giving is contagious. Yes, it is. Because Ash Mufarah came in, conceived his idea. He said, no, I'm not going to keep this to myself. The most unselfish human being that I've ever met. As a matter of fact, he has even said that right now, he's fine. He does not need any more money. He's giving this to us. He's giving this money to us so that we go out and give. And we have understood that. So we are also going to go out and do the same thing. That's when you give, you contaminate people, you inject them, you infuse them with the same spirit. That is all what our founder is. If Ash Mufarah were to speak to each and every one of us, he would say, go and replicate yourself. Go and give. Personally, anyone who had anything to do with me in my upbringing, their lives will be impacted upon the launch of unpassive. I'll give to them. My friends and family, those friends who even did not believe in unpassive, they are fine. They will be impacted greatly. But the ones that I cannot wait to touch are those that will meet me by chance. Those that will meet me, run into me by chance, and I impact their lives in a proportion that they will never forget thinking about me. That is what the power of giving means and does. Like Brother Oliver said, we are the OWINNERS. We have our, each and every one of us, we have our little plans, our little foundations. We have our OWINNERS foundations and, you know, setting the groundworks and all that. But there is a foundation, guys. There is a foundation that is called the Missionaries from Africa, MFA. I implore all my fellow OWINNERS and all the founders around the world to find and join this movement. Very solid movement. We are in the groundworks, very organized, extremely organized. Well, we are going to what we said, correction to the corruption. That's what it is. They are not making us, we're just walking behind the scenes and waiting for unpassive. Once Mr. Ash Mufarah gives us the green light and open the doors, you guys are going to see magic. There is something happening. there's already an executive board. We have different committees, audit committees, project committees. We have core values. There are core values that have been debated upon and accepted. There's a secretariat and a follow-up committee, well organized, with various countries of Africa. And then we're going to have a template and replicate in all these countries around Africa, around the world. So I employ every single one of us to find out about the missionaries of Africa, MFA. But let us remember, the power of giving is awesome. Back to you, Auntie Lynn.
Yes, indeed. There is great power in giving. All right, thank you so much. I believe now we've heard from our major speakers. Let's see, Gladys Navarro just came in. She's one of our speakers. She had some challenges today, but despite those major challenges in her life, she made it here. Thank you so much for being here, Gladys.
Thank you so much, Sister Lynn. Thank you, Uncle Bob, Uncle Olva, the leaders in here, and all winners. I love you, and I'm happy to be here with you now. The power of giving. I know I've missed many of you who spoke. I listened a little bit on YouTube, but I'm going to catch up. But after I have listened to Uncle Bob, what else do I say? Surely there is power in giving. The joy that you find from giving when you give, and the satisfaction that it brings. I've shared my story before, how I came across a missionary in Kenya who helped me to be able to go to high school. He paid all my tuition, and he helped from the point of compassion without expecting anything from me. He has never asked anything from me. But let me tell you, I have never forgotten to pray for him. Anytime that I go down on my knees, I thank God for him, because I believe God sent him to help me, and that's why I'm where I am today. And helping someone is truly a value. Help that makes sense or impacts people should come from the point of love, from the point of compassion and empowerment. All that this missionary gave me was education and nothing else. Education and love. But because of education, I've also been able to impact many people. My mom called him, recorded a voice clip for him without my knowledge last week, and it made me cry. It was brief, but it said, "Thank you for helping my daughter Gladys, and because you helped her, she has continued with the legacy of helping other children too." That's why I'm very, very passionate with education. And when you give without expecting, there is a blessing in that. Always, a hand that gives will never go hungry. And we all have something to give. We have received a very good vision from our CEO, Ash Mufare, who really wants to empower, to educate, and to enable as many people as he can to continue with the mission of doing good to humanity through empowerment, which is through giving. We use resources to empower people. And that's why, for me, I've always, in my prayers, I always ask God to bring someone in my way who I can do something to impact them. Whether it's an act of love, an act of kindness, whether it's, if I can be able to give a little bit of material help, some little money, as long as I cause impact in someone's life positively. And thank you, Bob, for mentioning Missionaries for Africa. That's why we are so committed to the missionaries of Africa, to lay a very strong foundation now. And in the leadership of Missionaries for Africa, As Uncle Bob has mentioned that we have the executive committee, we have different boards, and we have, really tried to talk to these people to see where they are coming from to volunteer as missionaries for Africa. Because as we know, people can come to an organization with different motives. Our goal is to come together with the people who really have the heart and the desire to serve without even getting the credit of doing it. People who come with full compassion, who are willing to volunteer freely, to give the best they can, whether it's through their skills, whether it's financial, whether it's through, sharing ideas. That's why we have all these committees. And how amazing it is that in ONPASSIVE, we have so many leaders who already have some skills and they are sharing ideas. And we are trying to lay a strong foundation, slowly but surely. And why are we doing this? So that if tomorrow I'm not there, or if next year I'm not there, whoever who comes on to take over will continue with the mission by following the core values that have been laid down without any fear or any doubt, without any confusion. So my fellow OWINNERS and those who are listening and those who will be listening, reach out to us and of us, find out about Missionaries for Africa. Let's come together and touch Africa in many ways through education, food, agriculture, healthcare, so many avenues, so many things. We just want to carry the vision of impacting humanity positively. Thank you for this time that you have given me to speak, and thank you, Auntie Lynn. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Gladys. You're one of those people that I admire because you walk the walk. It's not just talking the talk. In your daily life and what you do, in a very quiet manner, you help many without asking for recognition and without asking for praise. So I really respect you for that. And thank you for sharing about Missionaries for Africa and other things that we're going to be doing, going to really impact humanity. Thank you so much. Now we go to our question and answer and comment period. This is when you, our attendees, get to say what's on your mind and what's in your heart. And we welcome that from all of you here. All you have to do is raise your hand. What we will do is ask you to unmute, and then you can speak. We just ask that you stay on topic. And today the topic is the power of giving. We ask that you don't ask any questions like unpassive support type questions, please. This is not the forum for it. So we begin now with Richard Lamotte from Canada. Hi, Richard.
I love all you beautiful men, women, and children of the world from the bottom of my heart. I love that energy that Dr. Pekam has. And I want to speak about two kinds of giving. The one that Dr. Pekam talked about and Tony talked about. Tony, I felt that hug and that kiss too. Last November, I went to a farmer's market with the wife, and this lady saw me and started screaming, "That's the guy who saved my life. That's the guy who saved my life." I mean, there's about 30 people there, and I kind of, do I recognize this lady? She comes up to me and she gives me a big hug and a big kiss. My wife looked at me ugly, I'll tell you. She says, "Who's that?" She says, "He saved my life 2 years ago." Back to 2 years, which is 3 years ago, I'll tell you how this happened. On my way into Walmart in Sheffield, Alabama, or I should say Muscle Shoals, I noticed this lady was collecting money, but I could see that I don't know, I had a feeling over me that she needed somebody to talk to. So I went into the store, and all the time I was in the store, it bugged me and bugged me and bugged me. I got to go out there, sit with that lady. She needs me. I get these little voices. So I walked out and I sat beside her and I says, "Well, what are you collecting for?" Well, she says, "We collect money and we buy clothes. We give it to the homeless and the children and all that." Good. So I took out what I had left in my wallet and I gave it to her. And I looked at her and I says, do you need somebody to talk to? And she said, she started telling me what was going on. And all I did was just tell her, look, leave it all alone. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's not here. When you wake up in the morning, you decide if you're going to be happy or if you're going to be miserable. Every morning that you wake up, thank God for another day of life. And I said, you can start your life all over every morning you wake up. So I didn't realize by telling her that and speaking with her and listening to her that I had actually given her not only financially, but also mentally. And I had a phone call last week, and I've been helping some people, some homeless. There's this organization that hires homeless people to do car washes. And again, last week, I got a phone call. Hey, when you coming back? The homeless guys miss you. What can I say? I didn't do nothing but just bring a meal once in a while, give a little bit of moolah that I had, and that's all. So you see, these homeless guys that are there, not only did I give the organization financial help, but I also gave from my heart to the homeless people that were working there. I even got one that I was told that was very dangerous, and he's the one who's always asking about me. I even had him come down to the point of a little puppy. Just by listening. You know, we can give money, but giving from our heart and listening to poor people or homeless people or whatever kind of people, it doesn't matter. Even your enemy, he might have something to tell you. And all you can do is give him your time and listen to him. So you see, Tony, I'm getting the hugs too. And I'll leave you all with a big kiss and a big hug. And thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Richard. You're just a lovable, huggable teddy bear. That's you. We all love you. We love you to pieces. All right, next we go to Bruce Gerstein. Good to have you here, Bruce. Let me unmute you. Okay, you can unmute now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. With great respect and love, I welcome you all with all of my heart. And I want to thank you, Dr. Beckham. Namaste. I always learned that namaste meant the God in me recognizes and welcomes the God within you. And I want to thank Maya. You did such a beautiful presentation. I'm looking at the images behind my head of a man in looking very triumphant, and a unicorn looking very jubilant and triumphant. And that's what we are in non-passive. I was thinking, you know, I was born different, and I grew up, I was kind of selfish when I was younger, but I was also always looking for God in my life and always looked for him somewhere and somehow. And one of the things I was very selfish. And I remember I had a girlfriend who wanted to give me something very special for my 16th birthday. And she said, it's going to be really wonderful. And we were down the beach to shore in Jersey. And we used to light candles at night. And she made me this thing out of crayons that was nothing but it turned out to be a candle, but it was so ugly. Rather than thinking about how much love and thought she put into that, I said, what is this? And I really didn't like it. And she started crying and ran out of the room. What I learned in my life is To learn how to be a giver is also to learn how to receive graciously. You may have something in your life that maybe you don't like, but somebody wants to have the joy of giving you something. Let them have the joy, otherwise we are takers. So I was thinking about a little passage, and it comes from a great being that you all know, and he said, "No greater love does a man have than to lay his life down for his brother." And I thought about that, and what does that mean? What it means to me is life is in the present. When you die, you're not there, you're not present. So the precious presence is the thing that we lay down for someone. When we stay there and we become holy with that person, we're there in the presence. And at that point, we are laying down our life to be with them for whatever it is that they need. And when we can do that, I find that I get great joy in knowing that I can be there for someone else. And it's not that I get it's not that I want to take kudos for anything. It's not having some special, being somebody special. It's just being present and having the gift of giving to someone else. The gift of giving also means that I have kindness in my heart. I have compassion in my heart. I have love in my heart. I have the ability to listen. When I listen to somebody, I'm giving my time. I'm being present with them. I'm not thinking about something else. I'm being there for them. And what we do is Unpassive. It's amazing if you think about it. Unpassive is a technology company with artificial intelligence far away from the heart. But yet this product of OWINNERS has created so much humanity in all of us, so much of a desire to give and give and give more. And that's what I love about Ash. He wants to give and give and give. He wants to give joy to people's life, wants to give hope to people's life, wants to give meaning to people's life, wants to acknowledge everyone. And that's what he says he's our friend, because he acknowledges us that way. And this is such a great place that we're all in. Unpassive.
Thank you.
Unpassive will change the lives of many people. And we know how many people it changes here. I get tired a lot and I don't get a hold of a lot of people, but I do the best I can. And that's all that is asked of any of us, that we do the best we can. And we do it with love and compassion and kindness with everyone. Because kindness is the key to all this. My grandfather used to say, always look for the good in people, always look for the goodness in people. It's easy to find negative things, but when we stay positive, we stay in our hearts. Everything becomes perfect in this world. So I want to thank you all again, because I'm very, very moved by a lot of things that are said here. I'm very overjoyed by Lynn doing what she does. I'm overjoyed what Sylvie does, what Marcian does, what Dr. Become did for us today, what all the tech guys did, what everybody here does, because everyone here makes a difference. Everyone makes a difference to each other. So let's keep on being filled with love and compassion and kindness and keep on giving.
Thank you, Bruce. Let's keep on giving. Never, ever stop, especially within Unpassive. We're going to give a lot, Bruce. Thank you so much. Right. We're coming upon the hour. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more speakers. We have Tara, Marcian, Momodu, Edgar, and Sylvie. So each one, if you can try to wrap it up in about a minute. Let me repeat myself, in a minute. then we shall all be able to hear from you, all 5 of you, okay? So 5 of you ending with Sylvie Wanji, okay? Thank you very much, and no more hands after that. All right, let us begin with Mr. Tarak Barman. Go ahead. 1 minute. You can unmute yourself.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well. Welcome.
Namaste. I am Tarak Burman from India. First of all, you give me a chance to say something of this webinar. This is and I talk to
1 moment before you
something
continue.
everyone.
There's a thumping sound. Thumping, thump, 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 thump. Yeah.
Hello.
Still thumping. Hard to hear you with the thumping.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Proceed. I think the thumping is not going to go away. Go ahead, though.
Namaste. I am Tarak Burman from India. First of all, you give me a chance to say something of this webinar. You give me a chance, so I say. This is a power of giving, and I talk to something everyone. My sponsor, Mr. Manik Mukherjee, was give me a link for on-passive founder opportunity. I accept it, and then I feel a proud founder of on-passive. This is a power of giving. Our CEO, Mr. S, give the giving to everyone in this world for founders opportunity, and then now the receive 14 lakhs plus founders, and it is on passive founder family. This is a power of giving. Now we educated educated our on passive education university, and we are going to our knowledge day by day. This is power of on passive.
Thank you so much.
As said, our on-passive family, every founder is future giving helping hand to every another human. This is power of giving. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming, Tarak. Thank you. Take care. Thank you. Hi, Marcy. Please share with us.
Yeah, thank you, Auntie Lynn. I just want to ask China. China, can please speak on my spot? It's okay. She's our guest and we have to honor her. China, please. I think she's still in. She can go ahead. Thank you.
Go ahead, Tina.
Hello, world. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of you, wherever you are in the world. And I am Tina Jago from Singapore. I thank you so much, Marcian, my magnificent sister, for letting me speak. I've actually told her it's okay because I've spoken what I've actually shared what I wanted to say in the chat, because this topic is so powerful, and I share so much what Richard had mentioned. I was in the same predicament where out of the blue, I met an old friend who, well, not old, a long time friend who I've not met for so long, my childhood friend actually, and said, she was telling her colleagues around her and said, hey, that's my friend who saved me. Without her, I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be a nurse today to give back to others. So that is exactly what I wanted to share. Basically, giving is my most unconscious values that I speak with my action rather than my words or what I write. It comes from love, and as I mentioned, love is living our values every day. And when you live your values every day, even with giving, it becomes unconscious, and you do it without even knowing that you do it. And that is what that is what I really want to say. I'm Tina from Singapore. I am your friend, and I thank our CEO Ash Mufareh. I thank On Passive. I thank for Bless, and I thank all of you here today, and all of you who are not here, but we know that they are here in spirit. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you for,
I hope that's 1 minute.
yeah, thank you, Tina, for sharing. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Okay, Marcienne, 1 minute. You're next. Marcienne.
Lynn, I'm okay. We don't have enough time. We're almost out of time.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Next we have Momodu. 1 minute,
I'm going to
Momodu.
share next week.
All right. Momodu, 1 minute. Hi, Momodu. Oh, you gotta unmute you, sorry. Okay, unmute. You can unmute now, sorry.
Thank you, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much. You know, I just want to share this with you all because this is a great topic. You know, when we talk about sharing, sharing is not only about money. You know, I work as a geriatric nursing assistant. And the reason why I love to work in this field is not about the money they are giving me. It's just, I just look at it that it is a way for me to render service to my fellow human being. You know, and since I started working in this field, I have received numerous awards, even being nominated as the best caregiver in the state of Maryland. So I know since I've been working, every resident, everybody, family member that I came in contact with, they always want me to be their best caregiver forever. So give sharing and giving. You can give with your smiling, with whatever you are doing to your fellow human being. The way you treat your fellow human being is part of giving, you know. So, and now that we have this opportunity, I know I can render service to my fellow human being as a whole. Thank you very much. And Miss Lynn and Miss Marcia, I just want to know how I will become a member of the Mission of Africa. You know, I'm from Sierra Leone and I'm the angel of Sierra Leone. You know,
All right.
thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Just touch bases with us. We'll hook you up, okay? On that MFA. We'll hook you up. Just touch bases with any one of us, okay? Thank you,
Okay.
Momodu. Glad
You're
to have
welcome.
you here. Thank you. All right, next we go to Edgar McQuilkin. Edgar McQuilkin. Good to have you here.
Good.
Edgar.
Okay, well, I just want to say good night and good evening to everyone. I love that topic because one of my favorite topics, I believe in giving. God has made us and we give. God has put the CEO, Mr. Aj, as a giver. He make him a wonderful man for the world, to give to the world, that we all have learned to give. My way of living up, I normally give. I would live in the island, make some boxes, send back to the church to give the old citizens And I believe in doing that because that's giving and sharing. And I thank God. It said, give and you shall receive. When you receive, you continue to give it and share it. And I believe in giving is one of the greatest topics I've heard for a long time. That's why I want to say, God bless each and every one of you on that board tonight.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And last, we go on to Sylvie Wanji. 1 minute, Sylvie. Good to have you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Auntie Lynn, for allowing me to speak tonight. I couldn't hold my breath when it comes to this topic because that is through me. And I believe that the power of giving is the true essence of unpassive. And for that, we thank our CEO. I will not be long. I just want to quote Mother Teresa by saying that it is not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. When you give with love,
Amen.
you bring happiness
Yes.
on many faces.
True.
Bring smiles.
True.
You
True.
change life.
Yes, right.
Please, on Pacifian, let's stand together in unity and through obless, give and change the world.
Yes.
We are all in it to win it.
Win it.
The power of love
Power
is
giving.
something that you cannot measure. Come on, Passive. Come on, brothers and sisters. Let's stand up in unity. Peace and love to everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvie. That was lovely. Right. We will now go on to our thank yous. Let me hold on a second. Okay, so now we go on to our thank yous as we wrap up, followed by our prayer, a short prayer by Father Bless. So if you would like to skip the prayer, you're free to. That will come after I do the thank yous. Okay, so let's go to the gallery. So let's see, I wanted to just take it to the gallery. We can see each other. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? All of you here together to learn about the joy of giving. It was a beautiful webinar. I enjoyed everything I heard tonight, and I hope you did as well. I hope you took away something of value. At this time, I would like to give out our thanks. First of all, to our hosts, Bob Takusi and Oliver Fonte. They are the ones that came up with this webinar in the first place, and they work hard on selecting a topic and speakers. So we thank you, Bob and Oliver, for your commitment. It is lots of work to run a webinar. It is. It's a big commitment. Thank you to our co-hosts, Sylvie Wanji and Marcienne Hemabu. They do the lovely greetings when we come into the webinar. That's such an important function. So we appreciate you both, Sylvie and Marcienne. I'd also like to thank our primary speaker tonight, Dr. Pikam Takusi, who gave a speech that inspired all of us. And it was also very instructional, I believe. So thank you very much, Dr. Takusi. We want to thank our speakers. We had Marty DeGarmo, Tony Monk, Father Bless, Collins Mana, and Gladys Naburo, who spoke with us today. Thank you to the people who helped to promote this webinar. There are many of you here today that help. You help by spreading the word of this webinar to your friends and family and colleagues, etc. You also help by promoting us in social media, and for that, we are indeed grateful. In particular, I want to thank Marcienne, who I noticed today, she shared in over 50 social media groups. That is true commitment. So thank you, Marcienne, for doing that. We also have Listra, John Barilla, Gladys Eboro. These are the people that I regularly see promoting various webinars, including OWINNERS. So we're thankful to them. I also would like to thank Myra Aquino. She is the one that creates our promotional graphics as well as our Zoom background. So the bright orange one here with the unicorn and the man with outstretched hands, you can truly appreciate it. It's beautiful. In fact, wait, let me just, I know what to do. Here we go. spotlight, right? Am I spotlighted? Yeah, I am. Okay, so you can see it. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? So stunning. Myra puts her heart and soul into the graphics that, she really is a committed person, and we want to thank you for that, Myra. Also want to thank our chat monitors. We have Listra Tuak and John Barilla that regularly monitor our chats. And this is our webinar chat as well as our YouTube channel chats. Appreciate that. That's a function that we sometimes take for granted, but when things don't go right in the chat, it can really affect a webinar. So thank you for being willing to do that from week in and week out. I appreciate you for that. Okay, so now we want to go to Father Bless for the final prayer. So if you want to excuse yourself, you're free to do so. Let me spotlight Father Bless. Thank you, Father Bless.
Thank you, Auntie Lynn. Thank you, everyone. With the topic today, I have a prayer to share with you. Let us pray. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. And send your peaceful sleep to refresh our tired bodies. May your help always renew us and keep us strong in your service. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you. Love you all.
Amen. Thank you for that prayer. All right, we're going to take it now to the gallery. Hi, how's everybody doing? Thumbs up. Did you enjoy the webinar tonight? Oh, that's lovely to hear. Makes us all happy. Makes Bob and Oliver in particular very, very happy when you like our webinar. We aim to please, right? So at this time, we want to say our goodbyes to one another. Remember that we'll be having OWINNERS every week, right? When? Wednesday night. 9 p.m. Eastern time. 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm going to give a little plug for myself and my husband. We're going to have our first live chat at midnight. So in about 45 minutes, you're free to join us. We have posted it in the back office. So come and join us. It's going to be through StreamYard. It's very interactive, and I hope you'll come and enjoy the chat. Thank you very much. I'm going to now take it to the gallery and unmute everybody. You can say bye-bye to one another. See you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It was lovely having you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
45 minutes.
Love you all.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Love everybody.
Thank you, Lynn.
Love everyone.
Bye
Love all of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a lovely evening. Bye.
Hey, Corina.
Good night from Bamako.
Hi,
Bye, John
Abraham.
Barilla.
Good night.
Night. New York
Hi,
City.
Gladys. Hi,
Yeah.
Gladys.
Nighty, nighty,
Hi,
nighty.
Good
Chris
night, everybody.
Choson.
Good
Thank
night.
you, John and Listra.
Bonsoir.
Hey,
Au revoir.
Bonjour, Collins.
Thank you, Marcin and Sylvie.
Thank you, Gladys. Thank you so much for coming.
Love you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Night, everyone.
Go,
Thank
Tina,
you, Collins.
go.
Thank you,
Go,
Collins.
Tina, go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Collins.
Mom, good
Bye,
night.
everyone.
See you
Mom,
later.
good
Thank you
night
for
from
coming,
Brazil.
everyone. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
M.
Carol
Hassan.
Dama.
Thank you for
Good night.
coming.
Good night from Bele.
Bye.
We would like to hear from you
Good
next
night,
time.
Henry. Good night, Henry.
Bye
The
now.
word of wisdom from you,
Hi, Mr. Takosi.
Mr.
Thank
Hassan.
you. Thank you.
We'd
Thank you,
like to hear
Mira.
from
Thank you,
you.
the
Thank you
sister,
very
the
much.
wonderful
Thank you.
sister.
Good night.
Thank you. I forgot. I didn't realize I will have a new backdrop, so I'll get it this time. Thank you.
Love from Edmonton. Good night, everyone.
Also,
Thank you, Harry. Thank you.
Good night,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
Good night. Good night. Good morning for Singapore, Singapore.
Thank you, Kosha Pegu from
Now,
India.
John Barilla, good to see you, brother.
See you later.
Thank you.
See ya.
Good night, guys.
Dr. Takus, I'm waiting for your book.
We have the Singapore webinar tomorrow morning. For those that they can
morning
attend,
from
Singapore
Thailand.
have a webinar early this morning.
Come
It's
to
going to be at
Lynn
6:30 a.m. Eastern time. For those that they can attend, the link is I'm going to send the link in various groups.
Thank you, Lord.
Tina, go ahead.
Thank
You want to say
you.
something?
Bye-bye. Thank you.